Oh, it's so serious here on Sharks Night Shift. So dramatic. It was only a 4-0 win over Montreal. But we got that production value. Welcome to Sharks Night Shift. Shutouts are always good. Scoring multiple goals, always good. Tonight was maybe not the most decisive win of the season for Team Teal, but it was up there. It was one of their best efforts. Their own power play might have cost them a little bit. They couldn't capitalize on that. They took way too many penalties, but their kill was great. Kakinen was great. Scored when they needed to at even strength. We'll get into all that when Night Shift begins momentarily. You ready? Let's go.
Broadcasting live and worldwide. Here's Brody Brazil.
Oh, yeah. 4-0. Team Teal. I like the sound of that. They're 6-5 on the road now. I can't explain it. It's a multifaceted conversation. It really is a double-edged sword. Struggling mightily at home. What are they? 2-8-4, I want to say. Let me check my stats here. I want to be accurate for you. It's been a rough go of it for the Sharks on home ice. 2-8-4 at SAP Center versus now 6-5 on the road this year. They score first. They score 93 seconds into the game. That 1-0 lead holds, even though Barabanov hit a post, even though there was a Canadiens goal that was disallowed thanks to an interference call right before the puck crossed the line. So 1-0 into the third period. Sharks score 3 there. And the craziest thing is all the penalties they took to end the second period. Lindblom with a slash. VL 2 minutes for hooking. Timo tripping. Magna threw one over the glass. Delay of game. So 4 minor penalties in a row. Montreal started off their third period in a 5-on-3 situation. And it was like the kill gave the Sharks that momentum. A lot of times your power play will influence a goal after the man advantage. So it's a power play influence goal. For the Sharks kill to be what it is, almost like no surprise that being on the penalty kill, exhausting the opponent, not letting them get many shots or a goal, obviously, like gets the Sharks going. And tonight, whether you believe that or not, I mean, it was 2:29, less than a minute after the 5-on-3 and then the ultimate Habs power play ended. Hurdle scores on that tip on a little bank shot. And then Benning up the ice to Logan Couture for Logan's 13th goal of the season. And we talk a lot about the November that Erik Karlsson has had. Oh, Erik Karlsson didn't score tonight? What kind of game is that? In fact, we'll look at the stats here just a second. Let me pull this up. Karlsson did not score a point tonight, did not register a point tonight. But for Logan Couture now, goals in 6 of his last 7 games. He's been having a tremendous month of November. Sharks with 24 shots on net in this game. But as you can see here from the event summary page, look at the block shots column. It's right here where my mouse is. Benning with 3. Bonino with 5. Megna with 3. Logan had a pair of block shots. Pickles blocked 4. Cicek had 2. And it all adds up to 28 blocked shots for the San Jose Sharks. 28 block shots versus 24 shots on goal. They blocked more shots tonight. They stepped in front of more shots than they actually took, and they still won the game. So I wanted to point that out. I also wanted to point this out right here, and I just detailed it, the buffet of penalties and infractions that the Sharks took there in the second period. Luckily, look, they cleaned it up in the third. No penalties in the third period. Obviously, Montreal took 2 in a row there back-to-back to create a quick 5-on-3 for San Jose. If you're looking at unfortunate parts, yeah, the Sharks could have scored another first period goal, could have widened their margin, could have made the lead a little bit more comfortable. And the power play not converting tonight for San Jose, on a handful of chances, that's probably not disappointing, but you would have liked that to be different. On the other side, look at all the penalties they took, and Montreal didn't get anything out of it. So double-edged sword for sure on that one. Kaapo Kähkönen, so happy for him. Third career shutout in the NHL. It's been 51 starts since the last time he pitched a shutout. So to get that feeling again and to get that second start in a row, for him, be a good one, I think that's important because he has not really got the sustained, and when I say back-to-back opportunities, I mean in back-to-back games, not on back-to-back nights. I mean consecutive games. That's probably the best way to say it. Just looking at Kähkönen's last couple games here, and there were some frustrating outings for him. I mean, he had the really good one against Ottawa, November 21st, 37 stops, and he only allowed 1 goal to the Sens. If I remember correctly, that was like really early in the game. Locked it down the rest of the way. Then against Seattle on the road, he makes 19 stops, but he allows 7 en route to the Kraken scoring 8 on the Sharks that night. Just a total unraveling. Obviously one he wants back, but then the next time out, 4 days later against Van on home ice, 16 saves, so they didn't test him a bunch, but he still allowed 4 goals. So to finally get some consistent opportunity to now make this statement tonight, pitching a shutout, I'm very excited for Kaapo Kähkönen. And look, I don't know what happens tomorrow. I don't know where Reimer's at. Health-wise. Aaron Dell is obviously the well-qualified backup, so we'll see what San Jose does tomorrow. And that's what also makes this road trip a bit interesting from not only the energy and fatigue perspective, but also the goaltending perspective, because it's very unlikely that you're going to get, the same goalie to start in both back-to-back games or in one set of back-to-back games, being that the Sharks play here, Tuesday, Wednesday, then off Thursday, Friday, but then they play again on Saturday and Sunday. Sharks now 8-13-4. 5 of their 8 wins have come in regulation. And I think there is something to all of these. Look, the 2 points are the 2 points. Even if you get it 3-on-3 or even if you get it in the shootout, I don't know. I don't know if I always feel the same about it, but there is something even more rewarding when you beat the opponent in regulation. Excuse me. That's something the Sharks, they started off with that ratio not being great. It was more overtime and shootout wins, and then all of a sudden now they finally get some regulation wins. So I'm still wanting to bank these nights like this where you did it in 60 minutes and it wasn't a 3-on-3 or it wasn't a skills competition to end it. I'll take them all, but these are definitely more rewarding. 28 stops for Kähkönen. That's now 7 straight wins by the Sharks over Montreal at Bell Center. This is one of those like ownage things. And I don't know if there's a reason for it or why it's happening like that. I also want to say, wasn't there a similar scenario with the Washington Capitals? Games Washington had played at SAP Center, which I think this streak finally broke maybe last year, or did it break in 2019? But the Caps had not won since 1999 at SAP Center. I think it was Washington. One of those rare, and is that right though? Because all the OV years, I think it's correct. The Caps had, I want to say it was the Caps, and I want to say it was 99 that they had just never won at the Tank. No, wasn't Buffalo. And I know somebody out there knows the answer and is screaming at me right now. Anyway, but it's one of those ownage type situations where, look, Montreal's had really good teams. And I know that they didn't, the Sharks didn't play there for the full 2021 season. But to think that San Jose, has won their last 7 straight against always a competitive Montreal team, it's kind of interesting how that works. I will dive into the live chat. Oh, is it Caker Girl's birthday? Am I seeing that here on the, is Caker Girl 28. I'm seeing a lot of 28s here. Are we just talking about Timo's number? Are we talking about block shots? Like 28 is a lot. 28's a lot of different things. I got to meet Caker Girl. Was that the last? No. Was that the last game? No, it was a couple games ago. That's right. I'm losing track of time. That was the Friday home game. And then the Sharks played again. They closed out the homestand on Sunday. That's right. All right. Anything else that I wanted to get into here? First shutout for Kaapo Kähkönen as a member of the Sharks. And again, you're just looking for some momentum to build, to ride on. Even if Dell plays out of his mind tomorrow or James Reimer comes back right around the corner, you want this for Kaapo to get some traction here. You want this to be something he can build on. I don't know what the rest of this season brings in terms of Reimer's health or maybe James Reimer as a trade piece. I hate doing that, by the way. I hate having this conversation, but possibly, you don't know how the goalie situation is going to shake out. It might look different. So you want Kähkönen to be confident, positioned well. You want him to have a little juice. All right, let's see what Brutus is saying here. Defense slightly improved. I have no idea what happened between Sunday and tonight, but Kähkönen looked great tonight. Offense looked great. PK looked great. Power play could use some work. Yeah, that's it. Just, you know what? You said it, I think, before I did. I didn't see your comment till now, but totally agree. Charles, go Sharks. Charles, you're a Louisiana native, aren't you? Or you're checking in from Louisiana, because I know you talk about that a lot. Hello, Brutus. Huge win for the Sharks. Shark Boy Alex. Hello, Shark Boy Alex. Looked great tonight. That Benning pass on Couture's goal was sick. Yeah, stretch pass. Got Logan there in the almost one-on-none, essentially. Got it to trickle through 5-hole. Awesome game from Kähkönen tonight. He looked great, and if he plays like this more often, may be able to climb back to 500. At least I have the cough button now. Like I can cancel that out so you don't have to hear it. 500, it would require a monster December. And I think the crazy part about this November, right, is you've had Karlsson on a tear. You've had Timo Meier's points start coming and goals start coming. You've had Logan, on a rip. But you haven't had the team go on a 5-game win streak, to go along with it. So this is one of those interesting months where certain individuals had it great for the Sharks. But, I mean, the team is still, technically 5 wins under 500. You could say that. It's weird with the ties, or I should say the overtime, not ties, overtime losses. It's weird to calculate in. You kind of have to do like points percentage to really figure out 500, like how many points and how many games. But, if you're just trying to match wins and losses, I mean, technically the Sharks have 8 wins and 17 losses. 4 have come in overtime. You got some points in 4 of them. But it's a long uphill road and grind to get to 500. I think at this point, you just want to have winning records on like this road trip. On the next homestand, try a winning record. Would be nice to go on some type of tear, win 5 in a row. That'd be great. But we'll see. What a super good-looking goal from Couture. Ooh, Triple G. Predicting a shutout for Aaron Dell in Toronto. We heard it here first, so if it happens, Triple G 0806, congratulations to you. And if it doesn't happen, we will delete this video. I will wipe it clean off of YouTube. It never happened. You never said that. I will not blame you. See, that's what happens, right? Like on TV, I'll say something, and I'll kind of do what you do, like shoot or shoot. And if it happens, great. But the problem is when it doesn't happen, nobody forgets it. And then, even like tonight when I came on and did a little in-game thing, I can't say the word shutout. I got to say, hey, Kaapo Kähkönen's playing pretty well. Shutout. I don't want to jinx anything. You're not going to jinx anything. Don't worry. I know all about that. By the way, sportscasters, sports broadcasters have no control over the result based on what we say. Come on. If we were on your side of the pond, Kaapo Kähkönen would have got Sharks man of the match for sure. I'll tell you who else I like tonight in the recognition category. And let me pull it up here, is Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Again, 7:04 shorthanded time. I mean, you look at his night, 20 minutes in total. More than a third of his night was spent killing penalties. By far. Well, Benning played a lot too, 6:49 shorthanded, and Cunnin played 5:14. Another forward, Bonino. So there's your main penalty killers. And look at even the captain, Logan Couture here, 4:46. How about that? 4:46 on the kill, 6:04 on the power play. There was a lot of special teams time tonight in the hockey contest. Okay, back to the comments here. Chris didn't get to watch the game tonight, saw the score, interested to hear what you guys thought. Well, if anybody else wants to put their thoughts in the comments, you know what else? Can we do some roll call? We do some roll call here on Sharks Night Shift before it's over. Roll call. Oh, that would be good if I make this into roll call. Roll call. Where are you watching from? What are you doing here on a Tuesday night? I'm not going to be much longer on the stream, by the way, so get into roll call as quick as you can. Bradley, finally not too late to watch live. And that's why I was a little bit, I was on the fence. Should I do it tonight? Should I not? I'm trying to do it as the night shift, as many games as possible. But sometimes when it's 11:15 and I'm just getting, halfway through it and like, wow, this is pretty late. So glad to be here. Zenith Bills. Dalton, why can't they play like this at home? Like Vlasic said tonight in our quick post-game chat, if I had the answer, I'd tell you and we'd all know and we'd fix it. But there's nothing you can point to, but it is a thing. 6-5, a winning record at home, on the road, and 2-8-4 at home. Can't wait for tomorrow's outcome. How about this, Sharks fangirl? If the Sharks beat Montreal, beat the Leafs tomorrow, then get into Ottawa for Saturday night. I wish that Barabanov got the goal and not the post. Yeah, that right there would have been an early dagger of the game. And especially considering the goal that was disallowed for Montreal. So you would have had a goal that was reviewed and favored to San Jose, a Barabanov goal that was no question instead of hitting a post, and then one taken away from Montreal. It could have been like a 4-4 game after two, but instead it was 1-0 Sharks. I saw that, Brutus. Marner is on a 17-game point streak. Oh, you said 17. 17-game point streak and looking to make some history. I know. Believe me, I know. Caker girl. Let's see what we got here. 28 block shots, 28 saves for Kähkönen. Maybe that's where the 28 talk was. Also, Timo's number, 28. Sharks had extreme puck luck. Referee calls were lucky for them, and they played with swagger, according to Quinn after the game. So you were watching post-game live. Appreciate that. More swagger games, please. You know, he was talking about the penalty kill, even when the Sharks know that they take, a bad penalty or a whatever penalty, there is some confidence that their kill is going to get them out of it. It'll just have to be Timo time around 4 p.m. for sure. Caker Girl didn't get to see the whole game and can't stay long tonight, but just wanted to say you're so happy the Sharks shut them out on your birthday. That's awesome. That is fantastic. Caker Girl with, you can't see it on here on the screen, but Caker Girl's got the wrench in the live chat. She is a mod. She was nice to meet last week. Great present from the boys. Tomorrow night, Triple G is going in here. Tomorrow night, Dell gets the shutout. Timo scores and Karlsson gets, a 2-point night, goal and an assist, most points in a calendar month. How about that? Jake, Brody, it's your boy, the Joner man. Could you just say hi to my mom? I can do that. Jake, let me, no, that song doesn't fit the mood. How about this one? We'll do that. We'll do this. Hi, Jake's mom. Brody Brazil here from Sharks Night Shift. And I just want to say, That's, you know what, I was going to say happy birthday. I was just double checking my screen. I would just like to say hello. It's not your birthday. Or if it is, Jake didn't tell me that, but I'm officially saying hello. So there we go. That's all I got. Now I don't know how to I don't know how to shut this off. Okay, there we go. All right, back to the live live chat. First, let's see, we're not up there. Hang on. Hang with me here. There we go. First Sharks game I miss in a while, and we kill it. Yeah, killed a lot of penalties and killed the final score. What are my thoughts on the soccer match today? How far can the USA go? I heard about was it a pelvic injury? I didn't get to watch today's match. Life got in the way. So unfortunate. I watched the England match. It was well played. Even there was a 0-0 tie. So I didn't get to watch. I saw 1-0. I'm happy for the U.S. to advance. So I'm glad they bought me the opportunity to watch more World Cup games. Normally, Fry, I would have loved to have commented on that here. I would have made time for that on night shift. But I don't have anything to add because I didn't watch it. I did hear about the injury, though. It was a bruised pelvis. Eey. Sounded like somebody got kicked in the undercarriage. Do I think EK65 will get moved? Scott, I think the best way to describe it is that Erik Karlsson is a unique puzzle piece. Every team's got a puzzle, right? And they're trying to fit certain players in certain spots. And Karlsson is unique because of a couple things. I mean, look, the contract, the value, and the term, it makes it a little bit harder to lift, right? The attention, the conversation, all that stuff that's happening right now, it's because he's playing out of his mind. And even if he continues on half the pace he's been at in this month of November, that conversation is not going to slow down. Until he slows down, the conversation won't. But the only real part about this is the interest there, of course. Would teams love to have a 100-point defenseman and, one of the Norris frontrunners right now? Yeah, of course. And maybe, and look, he's doing this on a struggling San Jose team. Now, he's getting the opportunity to do some of this, but what would he look like, on a team that's well-groomed and well-positioned to be in the playoffs, like an automatic playoff contender for this year? What would he bring to that team's blue line? But I'm here to say, and I'm not, even if you ask me a percentage, I couldn't give you one, but I'll tell you this, it's not zero that he gets moved. Like, there is a certain percentage that it could happen. I think I've less than 50%, I think. I mean, if you had, and I'm trying to come up with a fair percentage right now, like an 80-20. I mean, maybe it's like even 90-10. It's just at this point, it's a difficult deal to make. Salary, hanging on to money, what do you get in return? What are you trying to do here? And look, I think for Karlsson, he understands. He's been around this league long enough. The Sharks are trying to retool, revamp, and he's signed here long term. And his contract, if it played out, he'd be here for that next wave. The thing is that there's a bunch of young players, there's a bunch of other players that, under a hard salary cap, this is the thing. If it was a soft cap, if there was no cap, all right, maybe we're not talking like this. But the hard salary cap, it doesn't allow the Sharks the flexibility to move all of their puzzle pieces if that Karlsson piece is still there. So look, I hate speculating about this stuff. I hate, I'm not the GM. I don't know what Mike Greer's thinking. I honestly don't know what Karlsson wants in his heart of hearts. I know he's enjoyed his time here and he's playing out of his mind right now. He's got to be happy about that. But if they told him, hey, you're on Boston by the end of this year and, chase a cup. I mean, of course, but what's the likeliness of something like that being able to happen? Eddie was great. He was great on the interview tonight, too. Capo's solid game. Liked how he played for the power play. The Sharks looked great. Unfortunately, no power play goals. It just, that's an area that they've not been great at for a couple years now, is making the opponents pay. All right, let's do roll call, and then maybe we'll get to stepping here. How about Bradley in Indianapolis? I appreciate you in the Eastern time zone. Jeff is in Los Angeles. Brutus in South City. Caker Girl, San Jose. Where else? Friar Duck is in Carlsbad, down south. I'll be down in San Diego next week. Fangirl in San Jose. Oh, Yamahaki from Tokyo, Japan. I love that. I love that so much that I'm going to... The fact that this little live stream is being viewed across the Pacific Ocean, it always makes me feel rewarded. It really does. That's awesome. I do appreciate that, Yamahaki, for checking in. And we're on the other coast, too. We're in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We're on in Parkersburg, Pennsylvania. Not Parkersburg, Parkersburg, 45 minutes west of Philly. Sorry about Bryce Harper. Stratford, PEI. I mean, look, we're all over the place. Saratoga, Boulder Creek, California, Sunnyvale. Caker Girl, you got to give us a little bit of, what's the agenda? It's still early in the night. Of course, it's a Tuesday, but what else is going on here? Toronto. It's cold in Toronto. Let's see here. Up the street from me. You're in the Bed Bath & Beyond in San Francisco? What a small world, Alden. Get home safe. Brody, you're hilarious. Obviously, Triple G, you're not watching. Shredder in Woodacre, California. All right. Matthew's like telling me, Brody, it's time to go. Have a good night. See you tomorrow for Pregame Live. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, hi, Jake's mom, laughing out loud like a crazy person in the gym. Well, Jake asked me, did Jake comment again, or did Jake just peace out? What happened here? Anyway, so I think that's it for the old night shift. Let me do a little bit of this. So it was the Sharks beating Montreal. These guys got 4. These guys did not score tonight. One of the better Sharks wins of the season, quite honestly. It was entertaining. There was a lot to this game. There's some great chances. There were some nail-biting moments. 1-0 for a majority of our night. Happy that the good guys won. All right, that is Night Shift. Thank you for watching. I know a lot of you are already dedicated viewers, but don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it around, and we will talk soon. We will talk, tomorrow after that Leafs tilt. All right, good night.